Hello there. Hi, Jimmy Harrison. Thank you. And Jim Anderson. Thank you, guys. Don't know if any of you were here with me earlier, but it was apparently lagging, so I decided to reboot everything. And I did check. I don't know if any Diane or Junior or JC is back yet. Hi, Neri and Jogger King and R. Mueller and Maggie's Creations and Skimpia. Hi, Jim Hausman and Chunks and Mike Barber and Ted Williams. I'm going to tell you guys, while there's quite a few of you here, I'm going to tell you that a little bit later on my live, I'm going to be talking about some changes that I've learned about to the TikTok algorithm. And I've been doing a little bit of experimenting over the last month about how to get more views for your videos, because TikTok has changed what it's looking for. Used to, it was looking for the little short trends and all of that, and that has changed. And I've been playing around with and experimenting with some videos, so I've got some information to share with you later if you guys want to stick around. And good. I just rebooted the phone and rebooted everything, and because I was afraid where it's been on cellular all day, because I turn off Wi-Fi because my Aunt Jackie's Wi-Fi is really sketchy. There's Junior back. Is JC back yet? And so I did a speed test. My Wi-Fi is only running 200 megabytes per second right now, and usually it's up right around 900. It's supposed to be 1,000, but it's never 1,000. Hi, Jan. But yeah. Hello there, Mr. Sexy and Peter Gallus. But yeah, and I just said, that annoys me so much when I can see Junior up there, but I can't see him down here. Hi, Jack. But, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. But yeah, at 7:30, I was just sitting my butt down on this chair. I ran in here while my video was, hi, sweetheart. I thought I could tell that you were here because, see, this is a different account. So I can't see when you pop in the same way I can up there. Hi, Doris. Thank you for joining us. One of my favorite cousins' name was Doris. Her and I had the same birthday, actually. But yeah, I'm going to talk about something, Diane, that I had an experience with a video that I was wondering why, because you know, for a year now, my videos rarely get more than a couple of hundred views. I don't care what they are. They just don't. It's never come back the way it was that first 6 months or so that I was on TikTok. It's never come back. I don't care what kind of video I do. It rarely gets, you know, maybe 200 or 300 video or views. Now, a couple of them that I've done have gotten, you know, 8,000, 9,000 views, but that's once in a blue moon. But anyway, I'll talk about that later. Yes, I am back, and I'm told that it's better. Hi, Big Fog. Thank you for joining us. But so I thought I would tell you guys what I have discovered with my experimenting. I've been experimenting now for it started 26 days ago. And I just posted a video. In fact, I'm going to go look because it was in process. It was, Siri, I'm not needing you right now. I'm going to go off here for a second. I won't see your comments for just a second. I just want to see something real quick, because I posted a video right before I went live, and I want to see if it's up, which, yes, it is. It's up, and it's already got 80 views, actually. It was posted, according to this, it was posted 40 minutes ago, and it has, that's 80 views. It's not bad. But in that video, I expect to get a couple of thousand views. And I'll tell you why in a minute. I've about learned to predict this. A lot of my videos have been going into review lately too. And anyway, now I'm back. I can see you. Hello, JC. Thank you. Thank you for sending likes, JC. This is actually my third start tonight. What is it? Three's a charm? Three times is a charm or something like that. And my birthday started out really well. Like I said, my Aunt Geraldine had, and her bacon was so good. Very, very crisp. And her scrambled eggs were cooked perfectly. And they tasted really good. And it was just really sweet of her to do that. And so we had eggs and bacon, and matter of fact, there's some eggs wrapped in a napkin, wrapped in saran wrap in my purse that I brought home for Minky, my cockatiel. For anybody who doesn't know, she loves scrambled eggs, and I guess those will be going in the trash now. But her favorite thing is scrambled eggs. I mean, she'll be sitting on my shoulder, and when I'm stirring the eggs, I mean, she's all over, she's gone crazy. And I would have to watch her because I was scared to death she was going to jump off my shoulder onto the stove. And and if a bird loses a foot, that's pretty much the end of them. But yeah, she loves scrambled eggs. I know that might not be right. There may be something. She likes pasta. She eats whatever I eat. And see, when she was a baby, because I hand raised her from the time she was 2 weeks old, she actually got taken away from her parents when she was 2 weeks old because it was their first clutch and they stopped feeding her. So I had to go pick her up and hand feed her. Well, I knew that people start hand feeding them at about 3 weeks, but what I didn't think about, yeah, I know they do. Birds will eat other birds' eggs right out of their nest. What I didn't think about is, people start hand feeding birds, because if you want a bird to really be tame, it's got to be hand raised. You got to hand feed them. And because Minky doesn't even know she's a bird. She thinks she's a person. And, but I didn't realize that, they hand feed them, but they don't take them away from their parents. They take over, 1 or 2 feedings a day, but they still stay with their parents. Well, Minky was taken away from her parents at 2 weeks old and came here, and I made her she had a little playpen and little bot that I made in a box, and she slept in the bed with me in that box. And I was scared to death because she would not sleep. She ate very quickly. I was able to get her to eat, but she wouldn't sleep. She would just cry all night. So what I did is I pulled a cockatiel whistling like a lullaby or something. I can't remember what it was. And then I made a loop of it on a YouTube video, so it was like a long YouTube video, and I just laid my phone by her thing, and when she heard that other cockatiel whistling, she slept. So anyway, she eats what I eat, and it took me 9 months actually to wean her from the hand feeding, the bird formula food. And I did YouTube videos, and I asked people, why can I not get her weaned? Because every time I'd take away that last feeding at night, she would start dropping weight, because I had to weigh her every day to make sure she was getting enough food. And somebody told me it was because there's no other birds in the house. And I noticed that when I would give her food, she wanted to eat out of the plate I was eating out of. She still does that. And it's because they're very social, especially about their feeding. And anyway, so I got another bird. I got a little parakeet for her, and which she later killed. Like 2 years later, at least Zach said she killed her or him. And he was in the bottom of the cage with a broken neck. And I told Zach, Zach said, "What happened to Jack?" And I said, "Well, I think he fell off the perch." And he said, "Mom, birds have the gift of flight. They don't fall off of anything. I think he was pushed." He was saying, "We need a murder investigation. That bird is a murderer." And I'm like, what do you care? You don't even like the birds anyway. But so we never determined if Minky actually killed Jack or not, but chances are, because he did annoy the crap out of her. He wanted to be friends. Well, she doesn't like birds. I said she doesn't know she's a bird. She likes people. She doesn't want any bird friends. She has no interest in birds. She used to. She played, I had a little basketball game on my phone that she would play. Like you're supposed, it's for cats. It was a cat game that they can hit this ball, you know, on the screen, and when they hit it, the ball like dissolves or something. Well, she used to play that with, she would peck it. Yeah, that's what Zach called her. He said she was a murderer. But anyway, she likes it better by herself. It was unfortunate. But I'm sure that's probably what happened to Jack. But I was going to talk a little bit about some of the videos that I've done. I did a duet with Junior that I love doing, the Fred Sanford one. And Della Reese. I love that video so much. And I have posted, I might as well talk about this now. It's 7:57. I do not have a song. I didn't practice a song. I could do, it's a pretty, yes, I love that. I love that so much. That was so fun. You need to do another one like that. I really like that. I saw that one that you sent me. I don't know, it might have been this morning that you sent me. Either, oh, I know, I did that duet with Johnny Tsunami. I know Diane and Junior, I know you guys saw that. Well, I saw that video on his page, because that's the video was, and you're sitting there waiting and thinking, how's he gonna sing Betty Davis Eyes? That's gonna look stupid. And then it just ends when he leans toward the microphone. And I told him in a comment, I said, when I saw that, I was absolutely certain that you made that video for me to complete it. I said, that is just how self-absorbed I am. I did. I'm like, oh my God, he made this video just for me to do that. And that may have been what he was thinking. He may have been thinking, but you really couldn't duet it. You couldn't duet it and do that. That's why I'm thinking it was just for me, because you couldn't duet it. And I had to be very creative about how I got that video off his page without the TikTok logos in it. And I'm kind of careful, because his kind of like Junior's videos. Now Junior's videos I have cropped before to do one of my layered duets. I have cropped Junior's videos before. I'm a little more reluctant to crop Johnny Tsunami's videos. And don't know why, Junior. I don't know why. I think it's perfectly acceptable to crop yours. But anyway, I don't like to crop his, and so I have my own secret way of getting a video off of somebody else's page without the TikTok logos. And I'm not going to tell anybody how I do that unless they ask me. If somebody wants to know how to do that, I'll tell them how to do it. But you have to have a newer phone. And I will tell you, this generation of phone, I think it's a 14 Pro Max. It is a camera like nothing I've ever seen before. If you guys saw that video that I did, that sped up version of Tyler Childers' I'm Yorn, that I had those photographs that I took over at my Aunt Iva's. If you look at those photographs, those are not doctored in any way. That is exactly the images that the phone took, and I mean, they are phenomenal. You can also take pictures in the pitch black with no flash, and it can pick up the image. Like used to, you could never take pictures of like the stars or the moon or anything. You can actually make videos of the stars and the moon now because of whatever technology that is on the phone. I'm doing just fine, Tommy. How are you doing, sweetheart? Very good to see you. Finally made one. I don't know what that means, Tommy. But, oh, did you finally make a video? But I had this idea, and I'm not even going to say why the idea popped into my head, but I had this idea this morning of a video I wanted to make, and I kept thinking I was going to get to make it, but then I kept getting phone calls, and then I made it a couple of times and then went to edit it and put it on TikTok, and it's like, that isn't right. And so I came back in and redid it, and then I was upset because my kitchen or dining room table is, it's got that bench thing. I was so upset because then in the final version, and I didn't have time to do another one, the bench got crooked from where I was doing the video over and over. The scarf on the table is askew. And I was not happy about that. But then I looked at it and I'm like, oh, that gives it a certain authenticity. It's just, I don't like things to be askew. That's where my grandson Peyton gets it. He's like that too. In fact, they wanted to call him, say he has obsessive compulsive disorder. And I told Alexis that is not a disorder, that's a skill set. And that is a skill set. We need people. There are a lot of jobs and a lot of things that we need done that you need people that have that kind of attention to detail and that are that obsessive about things. There's a lot of jobs where you need that. That is an absolute skill set. But anyway, I cannot even see who's here. Is Shelly here yet? Diane? I know she's probably working. And I thought maybe Addie or, Oh, I know what I was talking about. Was declining to go to my Aunt Iva's today when it was my birthday. But they weren't having dinner tonight for my birthday. It was just when we go over there about once a week. And I'm here's how I'm gonna take it. They know I do my live on Thursday night, so if they had the dinner on Thursday night, they probably wanted to have a dinner without me. They probably need some time without me. Since I live here now. Shelly's name isn't Shelly anymore. Remember, it's the Central Ave project. I don't remember if it's the Central Ave Project or Central Ave Project. But anyway, so I was thinking that that's going to come back to bite me, because I could have been spending my birthday at my Aunt Iva's with my family, with 2 of my grandchildren and my son and my daughter-in-law and my cousins and my cousins' children. Hello there. Oh, sorry, Trudy. I don't think it's on my end. I think Diane, is there still any issue with it here? Oh, hello, Alexis. There's my baby girl. Oh, Diane, I didn't even bring it in. Well, I already ate up the cookies, Al, so I can't show them the cookies anyway. Actually, I can. Here, I'm going to go off of here real quick. I can show you my cookies that Alexis sent me. Here you go. She sent me these beautiful cookies and a Ring doorbell. I took that picture to send to my friend Karen. That's what Alexis sent me. And I've already eaten all 6 of the cookies. But I did not eat them all the same day. And it took me 2 days. Hello, Al. Alexis, are you still here? What time? Well, my doctor's appointment is at 10 o'clock in Lexington. So I'm going to leave after the doctor's appointment. I bet I'll be there by 5:30. I'll probably be there by 5:30. Unless, I mean, something would have to go seriously wrong, because all this is a checkup, you know, where they did the laser surgery on my eye, just a checkup to, yeah, then I can go. I should be there by 5:30. I should be there by 5:30. That would be great. That would be so great, because I never get to go to their games. That, for any of you who don't know, Junior, I don't know if you've met my daughter Alexis, but Alexis Lindsay is my baby girl. JK. What does JK mean now? I don't know what JK means. Oh, just kidding. Yeah, see, Junior Alexis, that's my friend I don't think you've met yet, that I do a lot of duets with. My Cajun friend, who I love to pieces. And I don't think you've met Trudy before either. Yeah, Trudy, I know. I'm thinking that's going to come back to haunt me. I'm going to get some flack for that I chose to do my TikTok live rather than to be with my actual family. No, I haven't met anybody in person. Yet. But yeah. If you see my videos that I've done a lot of duets with, Junior is the person that I do the most duets with. And I haven't seen Johnny Tsunami yet. And Alexis doesn't, they don't watch, I told Junior this, they don't watch my videos anymore. They are so over it. They don't even bother, I send them to them, but they don't even bother to watch them. And Zach said he doesn't comment on them or like them, because then they show up on his FYP, and he doesn't want that. It interferes with the algorithm of his hunting and whatever fishing and whatever videos showing up on his FYP. Yes, I know that we will. I know we'll all have to get together somewhere. Diane's in Florida, Junior's in Louisiana, Trudy's in West Virginia. Yeah, we said that. We said that, didn't we, Junior? That they secretly watch them and pretend that they don't. Oh my God. Well, I know this. I know my Uncle Walter, my cousin Brian, my cousin Walter Jr., and Zach, and some other, I think my Uncle Walter's brothers. Oh, Tessa's husband. Yeah. You know what? You know how I told you guys this, and it sounded stupid to me? People around here recognize me a lot. Like when I go in stores and stuff, and like, you know, Addie's friend that recognized me because she comes to my lives. And you know why? I looked at the data, you know, from viewers, and now I've always looked at that, but I never broke it down by what city in the United States. You know that 60% of the people that watch my videos live right here in the same town that I'm in, and something like 50 or 60% of them are over the age of 55. It's like, where are these people? But people do recognize me here, and that's why. Even that kid that took my debit card and bought an Xbox and whatever else, a bunch of games and stuff, even that kid recognized me. But that's what, I don't know how that, I guess that's the way TikTok does it, but 60% of the people who watch my videos are right here in this town that I'm in. Love you, Al. Love you. And I'll see, if I don't, I'll talk to you. I'll text you whenever I leave Lexington, because I'm only little over 2 hours from you once I'm in Lexington, right? I don't remember. Well, I've never driven directly from Lexington to your house before. I will. Love you, Al. Love you. Have a good night at work. Love you. Sorry. She is either always at work. Now, she is finished with school for the time being, but she's always at work. She's at work or a ball game or something, so I hardly ever get to talk to her. But I am going there next week. I will stay until either Saturday night or Sunday, or Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I'm not sure which yet. And it looks like I'm going to get to go to one of Peyton's baseball games, which will be incredible. Yeah, Junior, they used to, and Diane has always been with me. They used to, all 3 of my kids are my moderators, and they used to always be here. And my grandchildren, they used to come all the time. Hi, Papa Smurf. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Laura. Thank you for joining us. Is that our Laura? Is that Laura? I don't know if it's our Laura or not. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, but yeah, Zach said I got real stuff to do. I don't have time for that. Hi, Laura. Hi, sweetheart. I understand when we go on vacation, you and I are going to share a hotel room. If you want your own private hotel room, I don't mind. I'll stay with Landon and Peyton. That's what we did last year. Laura didn't get to go with us last year. Hi, D-Boy Will. I don't know what that means. Thank you, Diane. You guys have us up to 800 likes, and that's on the 3rd time around. Yeah, Laura. Ask Peyton and Landon. I do TikToking. Oh, Junior, when I was going through my private videos, looking for videos that I wanted to redo, I found that one. Remember I was telling you about the one where I was pulling on the rail and saying, you know, if I had a pair of handcuffs. I looked at that again. I think it's kind of obvious, because those two are over there yucking it up and carrying on, and I say, you two better knock it off. I mean it. I'm trying to do my TikTok. I mean, that was part of the shtick. You know, that was the joke. And then I say, you know, there's this rail on this bed, and I don't know what it's here for, but it is really sturdy. And I was thinking, if I had a pair of handcuffs, I think it's obvious because of me yelling. I'm pointing like they're right there, but that they were over there in the hotel because I was yelling at them in the beginning. I was saying, you two, they're over there, they were doing it on purpose. They were over there yucking and carrying on, and I said, I mean it, you two better knock it off right now. I told you I'm trying to make my TikTok. So I think it's obvious what the handcuff would be for, or the handcuffs would be for. Love you, Trudy. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And I did. Hi, Tom. No, that's Tommy coming back. But yeah, so I don't think it was all that bad. If I see that in a hotel room again, I'm doing that video again. I'm not using that one because it's too old and it was funky looking anyway. But anyway, and it's 8:15. I don't think I'm going to do a song tonight because the only one that I could do is that one that I just did, and it's a little maudlin. I don't really want to do a downbeat or what. I don't want to do a melancholy song on my birthday. What happy song do I know, Diane? Hi, Smiles. Hi, Smiles. Thank you, Diane, for telling people hi. And I will tell you, I'm a little sleep deprived. That's why I'm wound tight as an 8-day clock. Because I am just a little bit sleep deprived because I planned on getting up at 9:30 this morning, and I don't know what time it was because I didn't do the math in my head. But I remember thinking, oh, I can get 5 hours sleep. Well, that would have been true. And Trudy's still here, but Trudy's not the first one that texted me happy birthday at 7. I think Trudy texted me at 7:28, and my Aunt Iva texted me at 7:27. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura. Should I bring these on vacation with me? Because I don't wear shorts. There are no shorts around here. I do not want my grandma bird legs. I wore the bathing suit. I did wear the bathing suit. But yeah, I've got some serious bird legs going on here. And I know that's what they look like because I see them on my aunts. Oh my God. Oh. But I don't know if I told you that, Diane, but Alexis finally decided we're going to Cancun. Which is much better than a cruise, I think. I think I did tell you that. But yeah. So it'll be good, Laura. I'll be glad for you to be there. Yeah. I know we're leaving on the 9th. We're flying out of Columbus at 7:10 in the morning on the 9th of July. And coming back the 15th. And this time I'm just going to go to Columbus and fly out with them. Yeah, I don't think I'd like the cruise. And because I'm a little claustrophobic, but I can always talk myself out of it, like on a plane. I can always I can distract myself from that feeling of, especially the worst was, flying back and forth when we went back and forth from Germany, because I know I'm over the middle of the ocean in the nighttime, because I don't know why in the military, but every time we flew out to go there or to come back, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. We would fly out of Fort Dix, New Jersey at 2 o'clock in the morning and land in Frankfurt. And then when we'd come back here, we'd have to go to Frankfurt. We didn't usually come back to Fort Dix, so I think we came back to Charleston, South Carolina when we would fly back. But it was always, I know my dad would like white knuckle it. He wouldn't, of course he's not going to show that or act like he's scared, but I could tell he's a little scared because he was a little white knuckly, I think. Well, what was I going to do? Swim? I don't have any fins and I can't breathe underwater. So I guess he didn't intend us to cross the ocean. We were supposed to stay put. That's what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to stay where we belonged. I think that actually was the intention. We were not supposed to be going all over the place. We were supposed to stay put. In fact, I can't say this because there's no way for me to say it. There's no way for me to tell this story about, I met this Sioux Indian he was one of the leaders of the longest walk that they did back in the 70s, back in the 70s, AIM, the American Indians, whatever, I don't even know what AIM stands for. That was huge in the 70s. In fact, if you watch the movie Billy Jack, that's a huge part of what that movie's about. And there was another one with Candice Bergen in it called Soldier Blue. That was done, showing the massacre at not Little Bighorn, Wounded Knee. It may have been the massacre at Wounded Knee. Anyway, he said, he gave a talk at my high school. His name was Harold Ironshields. And he was one of the leaders because they recreated the Trail of Tears back in the 70s, and they did that, and they called it the longest walk. And they marched from the reservations out west to Washington, D.C. Because if anybody doesn't know what the Trail of Tears is, or was, the Trail of Tears is when they took all the Indians in this part of the country and, further north in the Midwest and marched them all out west to put them on reservations. That was called the Trail of Tears. And my ancestors, because my great-grandmother was Cherokee, they actually hid out in the mountains. That's why there's some Cherokee here, still in North Carolina, because they hid in the Blue Ridge Mountains and didn't go on the Trail of Tears. And there were some still in Ohio too, the Shawnee and the Olentangy and some others. Indian tribes too, but so there are some very few Aboriginal people left in this part of the country because they did wipe out 14 million Aboriginal people. So anyway, now I will get off that soapbox. But anyway, he said the Great Spirit made 4 continents. And he made Asia for the people who lived there. He made Africa for the people who lived there. He made Europe for the people who lived there. And he made North America for the red man. And they all should go back to where they belong, is what he said. That did not go over well. I will tell you, that did not go over well. Hi, Ohio Grammy. I'm getting ready to go to Ohio next week, as a matter of fact. Yeah, sorry. But it's my birthday. And what did I say? What did I say in my birthday promo video? That it'll be fun. It's always fun for me. I don't know whether it's much fun for anybody else, but it's fun for me. Oh my God. Hi, Eddie Ward. Did you get what I said to you, Junior, about when you said that video that I complimented you on, that you got that from me? Is that what it was that I said? That if you want to be in silhouette, you got to have the light behind you? Is that what you meant? Because Junior told me that he got something from me, Diane, and he said it was in a conversation that we had, and I said, as much as I talk, you think I remember everything I say? I talk entirely too much to remember everything I said. Oh my God. But anyway. Junior, guess what? I'm gonna tell this now. I'm gonna talk about this because there's not a bunch of people here anyway. Hi Jeff Duncan, thank you for joining us. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret, and I don't think you care. And Junior, I don't know. I don't even know that you need this information, but I started saying a little bit of it a little while ago. I noticed something, and then I saw a video that come from somebody that seemed to know what they were talking about. And what he said, he was calling out because, you know, used to, and he's talking to big TikTokers. He's not talking to people like me. He was talking to his fellow, you know, million follower TikTokers, but it's relevant to everyone. He said, you know, have you noticed how used to you could do one of those quick trend videos? And I will tell you, it was true for me. For the last year and a half or so, my videos rarely get more than 200 or 300 views. 300 is a good number. Once in a while, usually when I do at Junior, you know, I have a Blue Moon video once in a while that will get, you know, several thousand views, but not very often. Very rare. Then I could do one of those stupid little trend things, you know, with the BS up above your head thing. That might get 400 or 500 views. Or I could do some little quick thing that I put no work whatsoever into. Didn't even get out of freaking bed. Just sat in my bed and made a little video, and it'll get more views. It was because those were the trends. Those little short trend videos. That was TikTok's preference. You know, and we were told that don't do videos over a minute because you'll get less views. It's better to do the 30-second videos. Well, TikTok's preference has now changed. And when I heard this, I had already seen one little piece of evidence that made me think that it might be true. So for the last 26 days, I've been experimenting. You may have noticed, Diane, and I tell you that all the time. There's Shelly Belly. Hello, Central Ab Project. Junior, are you following my friend Central Ab Project? That's one of my moderators. But anyway, what are you laughing at, Junior? Anyway, for the last 26 days, I've been experimenting. You know, Diane, I was telling you. You do that. You just laugh for no reason. The same way I do. Most of the time, I have no idea what I'm laughing at either. But anyway, remember when I told you guys that I did that video where Addie drove me around the perimeter of Iva's yard, and then I put that song, that Tyler Childers song with it, I think. I don't remember. No, I didn't. I put that other guy, that Brock guy. Victor? What is that? Vincent Brock. That Vincent Brock guy, that song of his I put with the driving around in a circle on the golf cart. And that video I did the whole song. It was the full length of the song, so it was over 2 minutes long. And I looked at that, and all it was is, you know, the scenery. I did it around, I sent it to you guys. I'm sure I did. I sent it at the same time that Zach did the video on the roof for me. Anyway, that video got 2,600 views, like, right away. And I'm like, that's weird. All that was Addie driving me around the lawn. Then I put it in CapCut and slowed it down so it was the length of the music because she kind of zoomed us around the yard because she was working with my Uncle Walter doing something, and down by the barn I have no idea what they were doing. There's my train. And I pulled her away from that to drive me around on the golf cart so that I could do a video. And my Uncle Walter was fussing because I pulled Daddy away from actually helping him do some maybe necessary task. I don't know what they were doing down there. I don't really, the only time I go down there by the barn is once in a while I will go get the eggs. Not very often. I usually don't do that. But if Iva's there by herself, I'll go down and like shut up the chickens. But I kind of stay away from there. And see, Junior, that's why they make fun of me for pretending to be a country girl. Because I don't really, number one, I'm afraid of cows and horses, so that's why I actually couldn't go make my video by the pond because there's some cows down there now. Because my Uncle Walter doesn't really raise beef cattle that much anymore. And so he rents out that pasture. And they do have 2 milk cows that they have sometimes. They like winter somewhere else or something. I don't know. There's some situation with the cows. Cows live at my Aunt Iva's house part of the time, and they live at somebody else's house. Because Ivan Walter used to go to Florida every year in the winter time. So this person has the cows in the wintertime, and they get to keep the milk. And then when they come back, they get them in the summertime. And it's like a shared cow. It's like a timeshare cow. 2 timeshare cows. But anyway, that's why they make fun of me for pretending like I'm country, because the first time my grandmother always had chickens, but I didn't go in the chicken house and get the eggs. The first time I did that was probably about 2 or 3 years ago when I stayed over at Ivan Walter's house while they were in Florida, and I just went over there for a few days. One thing, my Aunt Iva's dryer was not working, and so I was going to stay a few days and fix the dryer while I was there. I figured it had a bad heating element, but that actually was not what was wrong with it. But anyway, I've never milked a cow before. I probably did when I was tiny, but you know that picture that you guys have seen of me on that pony when I was 2 years old? Well, I fell off that pony and it stomped on me and broke my arm, and I've only gotten on a horse one time since then, or gotten near a cow one time since then, and it was when I was 18, and I was gonna try to overcome that fear, and then it went awry, and I ended up with my arms and legs wrapped around, and it was a big Tennessee walking horse. They're like 10 or 12 hands high, and I'm saying that like I know what it means. I do know what it means. It's your hands spread out like this. That's how horses are measured, in hands, for anybody who doesn't know this. See, I know a thing or two about farm animals. But I will not go down in the field if there's some cows down there. I will not go down there because they could come over by where I am. And I like there to be a fence between me and them. And I'm the same way about horses. I don't want them by me. I'll look at them over there, but I don't want them coming over by me. And they might. And then I'd have to break my neck to try to run and get away from them. I have heard of Cletus T. Judd before, but I don't think I've heard that. I'll have to search for it on YouTube, Junior. It sounds like it might be funny. But anyway, What was I? Oh, back to the video thing. I got out sidetracked because I started talking about taking Addie from the actual job to drive me around. That video got 2,600 views, and I thought that was interesting. Thought it might be the music. Well, what TikTok now prefers, they prefer, this is what they're choosing over those short trend videos. They now want longer content and more original content. Not necessarily original sound, but that's why every time I do a video over 2 minutes long, and I've been experimenting with it, I'll give you the statistics. In the last 26 days, I have posted until today, the last 26 days, and I'm not counting the 2 videos that I posted today. One of those is part of the experiment. The second one that I did, Ain't No Sunshine When He's Gone, that is an original sound, and I am so embarrassed because I would never do this on purpose, but I was rushed. I stole that cover song off of YouTube, and I did not get, and the artist is not on TikTok. She's not somebody that's known, I don't think. I never heard of her. And she did that cover of Ain't No Sunshine. And I stole that off of YouTube, and I did not give that artist credit. Now, had that artist existed in TikTok, I would have put their sound there and, you know, my little thing I do. And so that artist is not given credit. And you know what? I'm going to look real quick. And I'll finish that thought, I promise. I just want to look at something real quick, because I was scared to death they were going to take the sound out of that video. And it's not a big deal if they do. You know, I've got the original. I'll just put it up and hide it under a different sound. Shouldn't be saying that. Oh, crap. Why can I never remember how to get... There we go. I just want to check real quick and make sure the sound is not... Sound was removed. I got to take this video down. I can't do it from there. Well, that's all right. I'll take it down. Whenever I get off of my live, I'll take that. It's got 167 views with no sound. I'll take it down. God, I wish I could do that now, but I can't. I will take it down when I get off the live and anyway, I will take it down when I get off the live and redo it so that the sound won't be gone. So don't go watch that. Don't watch it yet, because it'll ruin it. It'll ruin it if you watch it without sound. Ruin it if you watch it. It'll ruin it if you watch it without sound. Hello, Johnny. Hello, I'm talking about something. You loved what? What did you love? See, I was gone. Well, I just posted this video of Ain't No Sunshine, and they took the sound out. The video Ain't No Sunshine, because now the sound's out, Johnny, so I'm going to have to take it down and repost it. Oh, see, I was just telling Junior and Diane earlier that I think you really did make that video just for me to complete, didn't you? I think that's why you made it. And you may not know. You may not actually know that's why you made it, but you did. You just didn't know it. Yes, good, smart man. That is a smart man right there. Well, the reason I thought that is because who do you know that's better at like stealing other people's videos? Did you notice I stole that video right off your page with no TikTok logos in it. And I'm not telling how I do that. It's actually, there's a particular feature on my new phone that makes it possible for me to do that better now. See, that's why I said that you must have made it just for me, because I'm the only one that can do that. No, I'm sure there are other people that have figured it out. Bye, sweetie. Glad you liked that. As soon as I saw that video, I knew that's what I was going to do. And did you see, I wore the beret. The reason I wore the beret is because in the song it says all the boys think she's a spy. The closest thing I had to a hat that looked like a spy was a beret. Bye, Junior. Thank you so much for coming, sweetheart. Anyway, real quick before you leave, TikTok likes the videos over 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and with sound that not everybody is using, and original ideas. That's what they're looking for now. Hello, Smurfette. Hello. Love you, Junior. Thank you so much for coming on my birthday, especially. And Johnny, too. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. But anyway, Smurfette, what I was saying, and I didn't finish, those two could care less anyway. But and my experiment, in the last 26 days, I have posted, not counting the 2 from today, 65 videos. Now, in that 65 videos, I have done 11, maybe 12 videos that are over 2 minutes long. And it has been, you know, I've been on TikTok, it was 2 years in February. Diane, I forgot to say too, we're in our 3rd season now. That started in February. But it's been 2 years probably since my videos, as a rule, get more than 200 or 300 views. Like I said, lightning will strike once in a while for some reason. But out of the 65 videos, I have posted 11, maybe 12 videos that are over 2 minutes. And now, those videos, and it doesn't happen immediately, and they always go into review. They go into review, then they'll kind of, you know, linger with a very few views for about 36 to 48 hours, and then they will take off, and within a few hours or a couple of hours they've had anywhere from 1,600 to 2,700 views. And I can tell because when I look at where those views came from, 95% of those views came from the FYP. Those are the videos, when they go into review, that used to be a bad thing. And I can tell you that's how those videos that I've done, the videos that I have done, I have tried to make the videos with the, the 988 number. I've tried to make those videos over 2 minutes so that they will get put out there more. And in 26 days, I have had 11 videos that one got 1,600 and something. That got, right around 20, from 1,600 to 20. Only one got 1,600 though. The others all pretty much got over 2,000 to 2,700. For me to have 11 or 12, I'm not sure. It's either 11 or 12 in 26 days. That's a video every other day getting those kind of views. So if you want, if you care about that, do your own experiment. Do a whole song. Do a video with a whole song. Do a video that's over 2 minutes. Pick something that you can do, Smurfette. You could, if you're going to post your relaxation video, you know, little clips of your relaxation, make sure that it's about 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes, you know, somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes. And it will, and you'll know because it'll go into review. And if it goes into review, the ones that I've had go into review, they come out of review, but Smurfette, I don't know if you heard me say, it won't happen immediately. I've found that it'll be up and kind of linger there. And then about 24 to 36 hours later, and sometimes 48 hours later, it'll take off. And what I've been doing, because I know, exactly. I always have said that, Smurfette, that my videos used to average 2,000 or 3,000 views, always. When I first went on TikTok, probably the first 6-8 months I was on TikTok, always. Then one day, one of my videos went into review, and after that happened, my videos usually, as a rule, average 200 or 300 views, and that has never come back until now. And so what I did, a lot of those videos, because you know it takes me a lot longer to make a whole song. Sometimes I have to make it in pieces, because if it's more than 3 minutes, I can't film that in whole thing in TikTok, so it'll be split up. But you can make 3-minute videos without doing any of that. But you know how I am. I sing the whole song. And I'm not reading the words anywhere. That doesn't work for me. You could tell I'm reading if I did that. And so I keep doing it over and over until I get the whole song as close to perfect as I can. And that takes me, those are the videos. But I've gotten better at that. I've gotten better at it. What happens now is I keep doing what I've learned is, like, let's say I keep getting to a certain point in the song, and that's where I always mess up. There's always a tongue-twisting lyric or something, or a lyric that doesn't quite hit my ear right. I will keep doing that piece of the song until I get over that hurdle. Then I'll have to keep repeating it over and over till I get over whatever the next hurdle is, because there's always a cue I miss, or a lyric that I don't get exactly right, and I look at it, and if I know I can cover it up, I don't worry about it. Sometimes I jump a cue, sometimes I can fix that, sometimes I can't. I have no idea what that means. I don't have any friends. Do you mind if I throw your account? I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound like something I want you to do. Diane, Shelley, Smurfette, what does that mean? Can you guys check out this person that's saying that to me? Throw your account. Hi, Maximum Overdrive. I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to comments. Sorry, you guys. And Junior's already gone, and Johnny's... Hi, Lake. Hi, Lake. Thank you. Thank you, Lake. Yeah, you know what? Lake, I do. I decided I don't care about the feet anymore. Because I am usually barefoot. And I decided, you know what? I'm letting people decide how I'm going to do my video, because people are feet people. Well, you know, from now on, Diane, what we'll do if somebody comes on here and starts the feet thing, we'll send them to that Gone Country video. There, go there. There's feet there. Go look at them there. I have no idea, but that sounds not like something I would like. Hi, Bob. Yeah, there you go. Have a field day. Have a feet field day. Go ahead. I don't care. I decided, why am I letting people, because people are, I'm not even going to call them weirdos. People are, you know, they like what they like. I don't care. I don't care. Here are my feet. It's not really a big deal. I'm feeling actually kind of good, Smurfette. I'm feeling kind of good. Yeah, I'm sick of that. I'm not hiding my feet because I think somebody, you know. If I want to be barefoot, I'm going to be bare. Well, I'll tell you, in that Gone Country, the reason that I chose to do that, taking off the shoe, because I was trying to think, okay, I need to show, like, she's just come home from work. You know, she's spent 10 years in a room on the Strip in Vegas or whatever. I don't even remember the lyrics now. But anyway, she's been playing a room on the Strip in Vegas for 10 years. And she's probably a little worn out by that. And you know, and I got on my sparkly dress, even though you can't really tell that it's sparkly. And so I thought I should take the heels off. And I picked those heels because I bought those heels to wear to a company Christmas party, not at Abrasive, at Mercedes-Benz. And one of the sales manager's wives, he was a little rough around the edges, and so was his wife. His wife said to me about that pair of shoes, it actually sounded like something that I might say to somebody. She said, boy, you could turn a trick or two in those shoes. And I'm like, what are you saying to me? And I didn't even know her. I mean, if she'd been somebody that I knew, I'd have laughed. And I did kind of laugh anyway. But I didn't even know her, and she said that to me. I could have been offended. And for whatever reason, I've never worn that pair of shoes again. I've never ever worn them until I did that Gone Country video. Yeah, she did. She actually said that. Although, if Shelly's here, Shelly, remember Adrian, the HR girl? She wore this pair of shoes, and they absolutely, well, wait till you hear what but I knew her. I knew the girl I said this to. And they absolutely were inappropriate shoes to wear to the office. They were satin, stiletto heels. Okay, Shelly remembers Adrian. Remember those inappropriate shoes she would wear to school or school to work? They were like, had lace and bows on the front. They were not work shoes. They were evening shoes. Like ladies of the evening shoes, actually. She had a pair of those shoes on one time, and she walked into a meeting, and I'm like, where did you get those shoes? Pole dancers or us? But I knew her. She wasn't a total stranger. Remember the shoes? Remember the shoes she used to wear to work, Shelly? Those were not work shoes. And I mean, she could have worn heels, but these were like black satin heels with like a lace over the front and little lace ruffle. I remember them very specifically. And an ankle strap. Real, I mean, like high heels that are not appropriate for the office. People wear inappropriate clothes to work now. People who work in offices. You don't remember that? Well, see, I would remember what shoes people wear. Shelly wears gym shoes. Shelly wears exercise shoes. Hi, John Crowley. Sorry, Shelly. But yeah, that was inappropriate for me to say, but I knew her. I wasn't joking. I actually was not joking. I was dead serious. She was lame, so her and I, she did not know who was in charge. I'm telling you. I'll tell you a story about Jeremy. I interviewed, do you know Eric? Eric, a big guy, the one that works in industrial. Eric, I can't think of his last name. You know Eric. Hi, Becky. Hi. Well, anyway, I'm the one that interviews people and hires them. And I can say this because none of those people aren't there anymore, so I don't care. Well, I don't care anyway. But I was interviewing for a job in e-bonding. And anyway, and I'm talking to Shelly, but, it's a point that I'm making. She's the one that, because before I hired somebody, they were given tests. Hi, Becky. They were tested. They were given tests. And now there are a couple of those tests, you could very easily give the person a little bit of extra information, and one of them was a QC test, one of them was a manual dexterity test, 3 tests that I needed. Well, this person, the pole dancer, shoe girl, her brother-in-law was applying for a job there, and I was going to be interviewing him for the opening that I had. She administered the tests to him. That's our brother-in-law. There's a bias, and if people don't know that they have a bias, tell me about it. And anyway, I told her, she was furious. I would not hire Eric. I said no, because you should have had Kevin administer that test to him, because oddly enough, he got perfect scores on all 3. I mean, scored as higher than anybody else had ever scored, oddly enough. And I told her, I said, Adrian, you can't do it. That's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest for you to do his testing, because some of it is subjective. And I said, I'm not going to hire him now, because you can't unring that bell. You can't go back and have somebody else retest him now. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. I mean, the manual dexterity you could, but I needed the QC test, attention to detail. That's what I needed to know. Because my theory was, in fact, Shelly probably does or does not know this, I'm the one that implemented testing. When I came back there and I started hiring people, I need tests. I'd have to have people that have good manual dexterity, have to have people that have attention to detail. Well, I can test for that. And I always say, and I didn't make this up, you can't train brain, but you can test for the best, and that's what I did. Anyway, I'm not going to hire him under any circumstances, because I can't test him now. She was furious. Well, I hired Eric, and I can't think of Eric. He works in industrial, big tall guy, plates the big wheels. That's what I hired him for. To prove to Ron Cook that you didn't need 20 years experience to plate the big wheels. So anyway, but yeah, she went to Tanya and told Tanya that I was making a big mistake, because I was hiring somebody that their main experience is he'd been a prison guard before. I don't care what he used to do before. Nobody's ever, I'm not going to be able to bring anybody in that had any experience there. But anyway, the pole dancer shoe girl went to my coach and said, she's making a mistake. She's hiring the wrong person. And Tanya said, that may very well be true, but still not your decision. Her mistake to make, not yours. And she was always interfering with stuff like that. And then Gary succumbed to the pressure to hire him, and he was it was a waste of air for him to breathe. Absolute incompetent, slept on the job and stayed for years. He may still be there for all I know. Oh, you didn't like Kevin? I loved Kevin. Kevin was one of my best friends. Absolutely adored Kevin. Adored Kevin. If you'd have known Kevin better, you would have liked Kevin, Shelley. Kevin was a good guy. He really was. He's like the chief talent person at the Limited. Anyway, works for Mr. Wexner. So off of that, back to the 2 men. How in the world? Oh, because of the shoes. Anyway, back to the making of that video. Why I'm taking off the shoes is because, isn't that what you do when you come home from work and she's taking off her shoes? Then she's sitting at that whole video was Junior's idea. Well, he didn't. Oh, got you, Shelley. Got you. Yeah, and I don't know. You know, my experience with him was what him and I did, you know, how him and I worked together. I have no idea. You know, I worked with him before he was a member of leadership, and he was, you know, the HR guy. And that I worked with him, you know, as a, whatever you call it, he became the coach. I don't even remember what was he the coach of? I don't even remember. But anyway, that's my experience with him. I loved him, but I didn't have the same experience that you had. It's 9 p.m. All right, and we didn't even sing. I will talk more because I'm going to be doing more experimenting. Shelley, I'm going to be in Ohio. I'm leaving. Well, I'm leaving here Tuesday morning. I'll be into Ohio Tuesday evening. I'm going to go to Peyton's ball game apparently at 5:30. And then I will be there till either Saturday morning or Sunday morning. So we got to talk about it. And I'll be doing my live from Ohio next week, by the way. We will be on remote location somewhere in Ohio next week. Don't know where. And sorry, I went off on that tangent about somebody that I didn't like. Sorry. Did not like that girl. Oh my God. All right, we gotta go. Oh my God, no, she thought she was beautiful, Shelley. You know, she went on tour. She used to be a singer, and she toured the country. I'm being evil. Thank you guys so much for spending my birthday with me, since I chose you over my family. Because I'm sure that will be what is brought up to me later. I could have been at my Aunt Iva's house with my family on my birthday, and I chose to stay home and do this. Thank you. Oh, hi, Trucker Bod. Sorry, it's time for me to go. And who is that? Cammie. Hi, Cammie. Thank you. Thank you. Love y'all. And like I always say, I want this to be your favorite TT show every Thursday night, even on my birthday. So I'll see you next week, same time, same station. Love y'all. Bye. And we'll talk more about the 2-minute video deal too. Love y'all.